Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning for this morning of mindfulness practice. The practice that we'll be doing this morning is called a mountain meditation. It's generally offered as a sitting or a standing practice, although of course, as always, lying down is an option too. It's also possible to take up one posture and then change at some point in the practice. So you can make a decision now about the posture you'd like to take up. And if at some point during the practice you feel inclined to change it, to go from standing to sitting or sitting to standing, say, seeing if you can bring awareness to the before, during, and after of that transition. Noticing the intention to move, aware of the physical movements as you do them, or as they happen. Sometimes it feels that the body just does this automatically. And then noticing the after effects, the residue of any movement. So choosing your posture, making yourself comfortable, sitting or standing or lying. Something that embodies alertness, a sense of dignity, and also relaxation. Beginning with an awareness of the whole body. Just allowing all the sensations of the body to appear in your awareness. Just to receive them exactly as they are. Including in this awareness the breath, if that's comfortable for you. Wherever you feel the breath in this moment, not what it's been like before, how you imagine it to be, how we assume it to be. Just seeing how it is right now. How is it to breathe? We don't need a verbal answer. We can just watch. Allowing the background of our awareness to be broad, to include everything in our experience, without having to constrict the awareness at all. Within this field, just looking at the breath. And then as you next breathe in, taking the attention down to the feet, as if when you breathe in, you're breathing down into the feet. Noticing any contact that the feet are making with the floor or mat or anything else. Exploring the difference between thinking about this contact and sensing it directly. Just opening the mind to feel it. And then moving the awareness up the body in the same way. Just feeling, sensing, receiving whatever is in the lower legs right now. The knees, the thighs, the pelvis, the abdomen and lower back. The middle of the torso, the lungs and heart, shoulder blades at the back, and up to the shoulders. And then from the fingertips of each hand, gradually feeling your way up the arms. Just tuning into each part of the body as a musician tunes their instrument. Just connecting with each part of the body you bring awareness to. Allowing it to be exactly as it is. As you come up the upper arms, across the shoulders and into the neck. And then the face, chin and lips, cheeks, nose and eyes. Temples, forehead and scalp. Whether you're sitting or standing or lying down, aware of the weight of the body drawn towards the center of the earth, drawn downwards by gravity, and also of the height of the body. And then bringing to mind, in your mind, the image of a mountain. Perhaps one that you have seen for yourself, perhaps one that you've constructed in your mind's eye. Just allowing that image to take shape. Noticing the shape of the mountain, the wider base, the sloping sides, lofty peak or peaks. And noticing the environment around the mountain too. Any vegetation, wildlife, sky, any weather. And you might imagine also how this image changes over the course of a day, from sunrise through to midday, how the patterns of light evolve, and then from midday through to sunset, and then into the darkness of the night. Perhaps a silver glow from the moon, the inky blackness of the sky. And you might consider also how this environment and this image in your mind changes over the course of a year. From springtime, maybe a sense of greenery, of new life, of unfolding, into the summer, the heat and brightness and light, the way this reflects off the mountain. And then the colours of the autumn, the cold of the winter. Perhaps the silence of snowfall, at times there may be storms, small or violent, blizzards maybe, dark clouds, and then these storms pass, and the light of the sun comes through again. Seeing if you can breathe with this image of the mountain, remaining connected with the breath and the body. Now, throughout all of these changes over the course of a day and the course of a year, and longer periods of time too, the mountain just sits. So, in the stretch of silence that follows, we might explore doing something similar. Sitting with sitting with the changes from one moment to the next. as a mountain, grounded, stable, solid, and also aware. Anchored in the sensation of the breath or in another sensation of your choosing, a place that you can come back to again and again to steady yourself, to reconnect with the qualities of a mountain as you sit and allow each new moment to unfold. Whatever arises, sensations of the body, sounds, emotions, thoughts, any distraction or wandering mind, can all be seen as the weather around the mountain. You can sit and observe it all without having to do anything. The mountain doesn't do anything. It rests in just being. The attention itself is like one of the weather conditions around the mountain. Sometimes the attention is stable, settled, sometimes restless and wandering. We can sit with any and all of these conditions, a wandering mind or a stable, settled, focused mind. Allowing ourselves to be anchored, to focus on a sensation such as the breath, a place to look at, allowing the field of awareness in the background. As we come towards the end of this mountain meditation, it's worth remembering that the mountain is available at any point in the day. Whatever's going on around or inside us, we can drop into this mountain mode, which is really another phrase for being mode. We're just sitting with whatever the weather conditions happen to be, inside and around us. Observing without trying to change right away, trusting that that change happens in its own time, especially if we just allow it to. So today's poem is called Autobiography in 5 Chapters by Portia Nelson. 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. 2. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. 3. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. 4. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5. I walk down another street. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. I wish you a good day, and I'll be back at the same time tomorrow for some mindful movement. Take care.